Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I was thinking that today we could talk about doing a pretend activity. I was hoping we could talk about pretending to be a doctor or pretending to be a nurse. We could pretend to be doctors or nurses. I'm going to share a book with you guys. We're going to read a simple book. But I'm also going to talk to you guys about ways that you can pretend at home to be a doctor or a nurse. Okay, so I looked around my house this morning and I found a bunch of items that we can use to play pretend doctor. I don't have a toy doctor kit here, but that didn't stop me. I found a ton of stuff that we could use. The first thing I was thinking is that I have a notepad here that we could use as a sign-in sheet, right? So maybe mom or dad write sign in at the top, and then your child can scribble their name to sign in. Maybe they can write their name, Amanda, and then when it's time to call the patient, they cross it off. If you're the patient, or maybe their patient is a baby doll, you would write that name on, and then your child can cross off the name when they call the patient in. The next thing I was thinking, I found a button-up white shirt in my dad's closet this morning. So I'll put that on as my lab coat. For me, it's still a shirt, but for your child, it'll probably look like a lab coat and kind of fall almost to the floor. After my lab coat, maybe we want to wash our hands or disinfect. Most doctors have the little pump on the side. So I'll take my disinfectant, we can put a little on, rub. Then I'm gonna get out my patient here. So maybe the first thing that we do with the patient is listen to her heartbeat. So as a stethoscope, of course mine is all tangled now from being in my doctor bag. Oh, let me show you my doctor bag. So here's my doctor bag. I just put all of my doctor tools that I found this morning in it. I am going to put on my stethoscope. And now I can listen to the baby's heart. Take a deep breath, baby. Okay, there's my stethoscope. The next thing that I might want to do is take the baby's temperature. Honestly, I know we have a thermometer. I couldn't find ours this morning. If you have one, maybe use your thermometer. If you don't, we found a coffee straw this morning. Okay, baby, open up, and maybe my baby, their temperature taken. We'll put by her ear or across the forehead, however. Going across the forehead, I found a dry erase marker. Okay, so we can take baby's temperature. I was also thinking as an otoscope, I could either use my little flashlight to look in her ears, baby say, ah. If you don't have an otoscope, again, you could use a marker and just kind of pretend. I grabbed a spoon as like a little reflex hammer. So you can just tap that on the baby. I grabbed, we had like a little fake cast, not a fake cast, we have like the bandage that you can wrap around. So I took one of those, we had an extra. If the baby has an injury, I'm just thinking of extra steps. You could take an old makeup brush and you could clean it off. Then maybe the baby needs ointment. I'm gonna go in my handy doctor bag. You could potentially use an old empty glue stick and put on some ointment. I have hand cream. Maybe we could do a little dollop of cream, or if you're being the patient for your child or vice versa, you could actually rub some cream on yourself. Then I have Band-Aids. So I have some Band-Aids here. If you don't have Band-Aids, another thought is that you could just use tape and put a little piece of tape as a Band-Aid. Then my favorite pretend part of doctor, though it's not so fun at the actual doctor's, is the needle or the shot. So I had a couple of different ideas. I have a Q-tip. We could use the Q-tip as a shot. I had a stylus. I could use the stylus, and that's pretty soft at the tip. Or when I was little, my brother and I really liked to pretend these different like retractable pens were needles. So I found one this morning in my parents' desk drawer, and you could do a little needle. At the end, maybe the baby needs medicine. So I had a little notepad here. Maybe I'm going to scribble a prescription for baby if your child could write. Maybe they're writing one M for one medicine, or maybe they're writing the word medicine, etc. So then they can maybe take their prescription in. And then I found in the cabinet this morning a little baby like prescription, really like a Robitussin cup. And I was thinking my dad had finished a Coke this morning. I took the label off. We could pretend that this is medicine. Or I have water here. You could actually pour like a little bit of water in and you could pretend to take the medicine, etc. I think that was most of my ideas. Oh, just some other like basics. I had a tongue depressor around the house. Actually, I think it's from a wax kit, but you could use that. I have chapstick. I have 50,000 chapsticks. You do it as lip medicine and put it on. Most kids I know love to play with tissue, so maybe taking a tissue, pretending to blow your nose, blowing the baby's nose. And then my other thought was that everyone has masks these days, so you could put the mask on as you're pretending to be a doctor, but of course you don't have to, and I didn't put it on for the video so that you could hear me talking. I think those were all the ideas I came up with for playing pretend at home. So now I'm hoping that I can read a book with you guys about going to the doctors. So I am going to share my screen. Okay, so if you don't have access to a printer at home, there are also online books, and I'm going to attach the link for these books. You can read this book, Dr. Jen. So my sister is ill. She has a fever. Let's take her to Dr. Jen. So it sounds like my sister is hurt. Or my sister feels sick. So we need to go to the doctor. Let's go see Dr. Jen. My brother is ill. He has a tummy ache. Let's take him to Dr. Jen. So it sounds like his stomach hurts. His stomach hurts. So we need to go to the doctor. Uh-oh. My father is ill, right? He feels sick. He has a cough. Let's take him to Dr. Jen. Let's go to the doctor. My mother is unwell. She has a sore throat. Ouch. Her throat hurts. Her throat hurts. Let's take her to Dr. Jen. Go see the doctor. My grandfather does not feel well. He has stiff knees. It sounds like his knees hurt. We'll have to take him to go see Dr. Jen. My grandmother has an earache, right? That means her ear helps. Whoops, her ear hurts. She can't hear very well. Let's take her to Dr. Jen. When my family is ill, we go to Dr. Jen. She makes us feel better, right? She makes us feel better. Uh-oh, my dog Bowser is ill. He has a sore paw. We can't take him to Dr. Jen. Let's take him to a vet. Right? A vet is an animal, or is a doctor for animals. The end. All right, I hope you had fun reading Dr. Jen with me. I'm going to post a bunch of different choices for books that involve going to the doctor, or just some pretend that might encourage some pretend doctor play. I hope that you guys have fun.
Played.
Whoops. Playing doctor or playing nurse. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.